What's up, y'all? I'm Kerah Whitfield. Welcome to Kerah Speaks, where faith, healing, and real conversations meet. I am a speaker as well as author of the book, Healing Cost Me Everything. That's available right now on Amazon.com. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button and let's build a community. Ever since I've done therapy, I haven't been dating, right? And I decided today that I was going to be open to dating. But dating after therapy feels like you are stepping into an old world with new eyes. I still see the same type of men, but I don't see them the same way. So my biggest problem was being attracted to emotionally unavailable men. Now, I am still drawn to emotionally unavailable men. However, I don't let them draw me in. Example, there is this man, very fine man, dark skin, chocolate, beard, just like I like him, emotionally unavailable. And after I finished therapy, he approached me with some of the same tactics that most emotionally unavailable men use. And I felt within my body tension. And I realized, wow, I still am attracted to this. But this attraction, those emotions, those feelings don't control me anymore. I don't confuse intensity for intimacy. I said to myself, like, wow, like I thought that once I got done with therapy, like I wouldn't even be attracted to this, but I realized that I still am. I just don't want it. Like I consciously don't want it. The logical healed version of me knows that this person is not good for me. And this person is not meant to be me, because I used to confuse like, oh, this intense, this up and down thing. That's, oh man, that must mean we have chemistry. No, that's just unhealed wounds being attracted to something that was familiar. And I realized that I was still attracted to that. However, I knew that that's not what I wanted. I had no desire to even entertain him. I just still felt it in my body. I noticed the pull. I just don't desire it. And what I used to do in the past is when I used to be attracted to those type of men, and I used to feel the pull of the attraction, of the desire. And I used to see the red flags, because I was never a person who just didn't see the problem. I saw it, but I gaslit myself. I would say, am I overreacting? Because, that's what, especially for Black women and of a certain age group, they always tell us, you gotta lower your standards, or you doing too much, you asking for too much. So I would consciously and subconsciously think like, am I doing too much? So I would just overlook a lot of things. But the healed me knows that those signs, that what I feel in my body, I trust my discernment now. And I know that discernment does not mean that it's doubting. It's just that I trust what the spirit tells me. If I know this person is possibly not safe, I don't lean more into it because I think that I'm overreacting. I don't try to prove myself wrong anymore. I believe myself the first time. Even healed people, you second guess. You're supposed to think, not necessarily overthink, but you're supposed to think out things and process it within yourself. That means that the work is still being done. That's your healed self working. Before, when I would doubt myself, I would just spiral into these worst case scenarios, or what if this, what if that, what if this, and it would just make me more confused in the end. So now I still have those doubts, but I'm very steady and I'm anchored in what I know to be true, in the Holy Spirit telling me, listening to the Holy Spirit, listening to that discernment, knowing that, okay, this person, believe it the first. If somebody shows you who they are, believe it the first time. Don't try to talk yourself into dating this person that you know is not good for you. And so that's what I do now. Like if I haven't dated now, but when I meet a guy, I would trust myself more, So, and that was the thing that I was actually talking about in therapy. I was just telling her, like, dating is really hard. And I used to shut people out completely, just close the door, because I just didn't trust myself to not fall for the trap, to not be manipulated, because I was listening to the voices in my mind, the voices of society, the voices of friends, family telling you, well, Kerah, maybe your standards are too high. And so instead of just completely lowering them, I completely shut most men off. Or if I didn't, I just will allow men to come in and be very manipulative and stay a little too long. Pretty much the same thing I did in friendships, not believing the signs the first time. Now, I didn't let it go for too long, okay? There was a point where I said, you know what? I'm going to believe myself this time. I'm not going to listen to the words of people. But if I would have trusted my discernment earlier, I wouldn't have got into a lot of situations that I found myself in those romantic partnerships. But as I become more open to dating, I am looking at the pool of men with new eyes, because the pool has not changed. The pool of men have not gotten healthier. I am healthier. I have changed. The difference is I don't invest in inconsistency anymore. Absolutely not. You got to know exactly what you want around here. You got to come over here and be intentional about what you want, because I am intentional and I'm not going with the flow anymore. So when I do finally get out there and truly date, you got to come over here and say, this is what I want, A, B, C, and D, because that's how I'm coming. Okay. I'm very grounded in who I am now. Before, I wouldn't even necessarily say I had stars in my eyes when I meet people, when I used to meet men, but I definitely would fantasize about who they could be and just hang on to that potential of what I wanted them to be. Well, they could be this. Well, just give them a chance. Nah. At this age, at the ripe age of 39, I'm dating men that are 39, 40, So, it's just things that I'm just not going to tolerate. Before, I really, I didn't tolerate a lot before, but I really don't tolerate anything now, especially in this truly healed place. Before, I thought I was healed, but when it came to, love and, loving from a wounded place, you realize that you're not as healed as you think you are. And when I opened myself up to men and to love, I realized, like, man, I really have a lot of tender places that need to be healed. And so when I went to therapy and I healed those places, I now realized that my type isn't what it was prior to therapy. My type is different now. My type is about calmness, not intensity. It's not even necessarily about chemistry. It's about compatibility and alignment. Dating is different. It can sometimes be boring because I was used to the intensity. I was used to the up and down, the in and out, the second guessing, because I was familiar. I knew how to play those roles, but that used to put me in a spin cycle. It used to have my nervous system just out of whack, and I don't like that feeling. I don't like that feeling. I don't like guys trying to humble me. I don't like guys wanting to be mean to me, trying to play hard to get. I don't like it. I don't like it. I like nice guys. Men just don't have the power to move me like they used to. And let me say this, I was very much no nonsense prior to therapy. When I say that I don't allow men to move me, it wasn't that I just allowed men to treat me any kind of way, because I wasn't in committed relationships either. I was just dating here and there. And being unhealed, it prevented me from committing to men. However, there were times where I did give my heart to some men, and even without committed relationships, there was still hurt and trauma in that. When I say men don't move me anymore, I mean that in the most casual ways. I stay centered on what Kerah needs. Think about what Kerah wants first. And this is as Kerah is single, not in a relationship. I think about what I want, because I can't get into a relationship centering the man. I have to think about, okay, well, what is aligned with me? And I don't think that I did that before. I just thought, I went with the flow. It's like, okay, well, maybe I'll find my match. I didn't know what alignment looked like. So I would allow men to move me here, move me there, because I didn't really know where I wanted to be as far as alignment is concerned. So now I know I need emotional honesty. I need clarity. I need somebody who has done the deep and meaningful work. And I just need genuine connection. And before, I could not name those things. So I just would have conversations with different men that I was dating, and we never really got down to it. Always stayed very surface level. So I was not rooted in who I was. Now that I'm open to actually dating and taking dating seriously, I know that the test is coming, because I'm still going to meet those same type of men. I anticipate the test. I'm going to meet a man that resembles my old type. That's going to let me know if I'm different now. Even though I already know I am, because I trust myself. I trust the spirit that is in me. I'm not trying to fill a void. I feel that with faith. Dating now is about adding to my life, not completing me. I'm already complete. I'm whole. I'm full. So I am open to a man that is willing to add to that, not subtract, not siphon from me, not take all the energy, all the light, all the things I have worked to build internally, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, not take from me, but add to that, just as I am willing to add to whomever I may meet. And I'm not looking for this person to be perfect. None of us are perfect. It's not about perfection. It's about protection. Protecting this new version of me in ways that I didn't protect her before. Not abandoning her, not allowing her to grow and expand and just be herself, not standing up for that girl. I have to protect this new version that I worked so hard to be, not by shutting people out, not by overcorrecting, but by being open, by trusting myself, by setting boundaries, by communicating, being honest about what I feel, taking time, taking things slowly. And because I know myself now, I'm not afraid of being tested because I know what I'm walking into. I'm walking into this new dating world as someone who is ready now. So tell me, how have you navigated dating after therapy? I'm really interested to hear your story. Like I said, I haven't really started yet, but when I do, I know that it's going to be definitely different. But tell me your story, leave it in the comments, and I'll see y'all next week right here on Kerah Speaks. Stay faithful, healed, and free.
This book isn't about trauma dumping. I did that in therapy. This is about turning every tear into a testimony. I wanted to help people get free without sacrificing myself in the process. Now I can give from overflow, not depletion. Because this wisdom, it came at a cost, and I paid in full. The work I've done is proof that healing is possible. If you're dedicated, honest, and consistent, you can rewrite your life. You don't have to keep playing the role your trauma assigned you. I spent years curating an identity built on strength, on being unbothered, composed always the strong one. But what I've shared here, these pages are the most vulnerable and intimate parts of me. I'm not just letting you peek behind the curtain. I'm standing in front of it. Lights on, no makeup, no armor. Every scar, freckle, mole, stretch mark, and wrinkle on display. And guess what? That doesn't scare me anymore. It's my truth.